9 out of 10 conversations miss the mark due to lack of trust. And many of it comes from our childhood. For me, I'm the youngest child of 5, which meant I was ridiculed, teased, and made fun of by 3 older sisters and an older brother. And my older sisters tried to mold him into a girl. And he wasn't having any of it, so he gave all his testosterone energy to me like a punching bag. I remember a time when he created a fake joke and told my sisters to laugh hysterically at this joke. And naturally, I felt like a fool when I didn't understand it, so I joined in laughing with them. And you know, they turned it around and started laughing at me, telling me how dumb I am because the joke was fake and not funny. I'm also a product of multi-generations of strong, independent women, all Italian broads. Thank you, Elizabeth. And this meant a lot of telling, yelling, addicted to being right, and talking past one another in our household. But it also lacked that touchy-feely, squeeze the air out of your lungs hugs. Into adulthood, I had experienced many Me Too situations, starting as young as 10 years old. So I think it would be fair to say you would agree with me that I acted consciously and unconsciously in a perpetual state of distrust and fear, afraid to speak up, fear of judgment, criticism, not worthy, not good enough, not smart enough. And in spite of all that's happened, I actually grew up functional, powerful, because I broke several glass ceilings at a major Wall Street firm in my 20s. But this isn't a story about how I overcame my insecurities and my hang-ups to tell you how great my life is today. I know I'll leave that up to the masses. This is a story about how words and conversations with others can bring out the worst in us. You see, when we have a bad experience, it's embedded in our memories, and it takes a mere 0.7 of a second to feel threatened and get negatively triggered by the words and conversations with others. One word can activate what neuroscientists call an amygdala hijack, setting off our fight or flight attack mode, increasing our cortisol and our stress. And before you know it, you are pushing back and shutting down the person that you're talking with, all because your brain says that this person is a foe. But on the contrary, words can trigger a part of the brain that is good and trusting and insightful. And it could serve up a cocktail to the brain's feel-good natural chemicals, such as oxytocin and dopamine and serotonin. All because your brain says you're a friend, not a foe. When we trust, well, let me put that in practical terms first, because bonds of trust generate conversational cocktails that change neurochemistry and trigger the trust network in us that brings out the best in us. Because when we trust, we feel good. We feel better. We're more positive. We're more empowered to work out issues and challenges, or get ourselves into new experiences, or even connect with others in a way that many would call synchronicity. So how do we build trust instantly in a conversation? One way is by asking questions for which you have no answers. Get curious. Move from I-centric, all about me, to we-centric, all about creating new possibilities. Because when we do that, we're in the mindset of discovery, and others can feel that inquisitive nature. And then they're compelled to open up their hearts and their minds for mutual success. Say less of, it'll never work, and say more of, so where do you see your possibilities in a year from now? I encourage you to show up in your conversations with others by exploring beyond what you know. Listen to connect, not reject, not judge. Man, we do that enough on our own. We're at TEDxHobokenWomen today. This is our best place to have great conversations. So this is your practice ground today for conversational cocktails to have with one another. I want you to increase your oxytocin, leave out the cortisol, and connect, appreciate, and discover the elements to elevating the quality of our conversations. So raise your imaginary cocktail glass with me. Take a deep breath. Toast your neighbors and the people you know in your life. And vow, and make a vow to bring your conversations to the next level of greatness. Thank you.